Good morning from Riga International Airport in Latvia. My name is Liena Kundecka. I'm working in Latvian national carrier airBaltic as airport and sales product manager. I'm taking responsibility of our airports from sales and marketing perspective. Today is very special day for us as airline, as we are very soon expecting landing of our 7th brand new aircraft directly from the factory based in Montreal, Canada, Bombardier CS300. Our aircraft is approaching Riga airport very soon, and we would like to offer you a great opportunity to look what's going on behind the doors of OCC. OCC is our Operation Control Center. And the doors of OCC usually are locked for everybody. And today you have a great opportunity to look what's going on there. We are standing by the doors of one of the most important departments in every airline, OCC, Operation Control Center. Usually the doors of OCC are locked and only employees of this department are able to enter in. Today we'll have an exclusive opportunity to see how the OCC colleagues and all department is preparing of landing of our new aircraft Bombardier CS300. I would like to introduce one of my colleagues, Alice. She is on duty, young, smart and beautiful girl, taking care of 4 different screens. Alice. Hi, Alice. Hi. Hi, Alice.
Hi, very good morning.
Can you tell us a bit more about OCC? What are you doing here? How many people are working here?
So the OCC, it controls all operational activities 24/7. It's like a heart of all daily operations. And we are working here crew dispatchers, then there is flight operations coordinators, flight dispatchers, and our main boss, operations duty supervisor. He is taking all the major decisions, which flights to be cancelled, to be delayed, aircraft changes, that's all on his shoulders. Then there is crew dispatch, it's Agnes today on duty. And she's checking the crews, the duty time limitations, absences, aircraft changes. Actually, there is a really big workload. And at the moment she's checking, everyone is coming to the work, and she's checking that everybody is on time. And the crew is coming to work 1 hour and 10 minutes before the scheduled flight duty time.
Can you tell us a bit more? What exactly can you see on those 4 screens? And why do you have so many screens? As usually people are working by the 1 screen only.
Here nobody is working with the 1 screen. I guess here less count is 3 screens in this room. So in this one we can see all the actual airBaltic flights for today. This is the actual time frame. And here is the Canada-Riga flight. We can see it departed at 2.5 hours ago, approximately. Those flights are landed, those are still airborne, and this is the actual day. Here you can see the fueling ordering system. In the system, it's LIDAR briefing, and pilots can get flight plans there. Janis is calculating the flight plans. He's calculating fuel costs, weather, airport restrictions, and when the flight plan is ready, he sends it to LIDAR briefing system where the pilots can reach it.
Are we able to see how far is our aircraft right now? Can you open a flight radar for us? Okay.
So it's here, it's near the Greenland at the moment.
And okay, understandable. Is it possible to send also some messages directly to the pilots and cockpit of each aircraft?
Actually, in this new aircraft, it's a really interesting system. It's called ACARS, and it's like texting on Facebook or messaging on your phone. So yeah, we can try to send directly message to them, because on the other aircrafts like Boeing and Dash, we are speaking through the radio, but on this one we can just message. So let's try. So here's this ACARS system, and we are just writing Labrīt. Waiting you back in Riga. And then we're adding the new aircraft, Yankee Lima Charlie Sierra Golf. And hopefully they will reach our message, because sometimes there is no coverage and then the message.
And how the pilots are reaching the message? Also, they're getting some message on the screens, on phones, or how?
No, not on the phones. The messages are coming on the screens. I guess you will later go and visit the new aircraft, and then you will see how many screens actually they have there.
Okay, good. You were mentioning about the flight plan. So I think let's go to Jānis, as Jānis is the boss of the flight plan of this specific flight, which is approaching to Riga directly from the Canada. Let's go. Jānis is taking care even about more screens. So here's the 5 screens. Hello, Jānis.
Hi, good morning.
Can you tell us a bit more about this specific flight plan of our flight, what we are expecting from Montreal?
It's the longest flight which we have for airBaltic. It's without passengers. Some passengers are on the board. So yes, it's the longest one. It's not so hard to prepare, but you need to know some specific things to prepare it. It burns a lot of fuel as well, because it's like a 7.5-hour flight. Today it's a little bit shorter because we have some tailwind, so it's very good. We can save some fuel. And for this flight, when I calculated it, I can see all the numbers on the screens, and particularly this flight will approximately burn 12.8 tons of fuel. That's a lot of fuel.
And how does the flight plan looks on the screen? Can you open something like map?
I can show you how does it look. It looks something like that. There is Canada, the Montreal, and we are flying like in straight line over the sea, straight to the Latvia. And when I prepare the flight plan, I put it in the system, pilot it.
tāds var īsāks uztaisīt.
Ejam! Our beautiful aircraft just landed. Sun is shining. We all are very, very excited. As usually, the landing of the brand new aircraft is very, very big event for the airline. Right now, we will be able to see the ground, what's going on the ground. Shortly, the aircraft is parked. I would like to introduce you with my colleague from ground operations. Hello, Renalds Ronis.
Hi, hello.
So can you tell us briefly what's going on? Straight away, aircraft is parked.
So yeah, aircraft is parked at the moment. So as you can see, the wheel chocks are put on the both. The wheel chocks are put on the both sides of the wheel to prevent the aircraft from the movement on the ground. Safety cones for the dimensions for the ground handlers to better see the dimensions of the aircraft. And as the engines are off, aircraft is no longer producing electrical power by itself. So that's why it needs the ground power from the ground. So that is already connected, and we are waiting for the steps, and you can go to the aircraft.
What about these blocks standing right there on the ground?
As I mentioned, these are the so-called wheel chocks to prevent the aircraft from the movement on the ground, yes.
Okay. So are we ready?
Yes.
To go up? Yeah?
Few seconds,
Can we?
and we can... Yes.
So let's go and knock by the door. Hello, Gattis.
Morning.
How are you?
Very good.
Welcome and congratulations.
Welcome on board.
Yeah.
Our new
Yeah.
aircraft.
Okay, let's go in. Cockpit, yeah? So we would like to start our visit, our introduction visit with the main office of the aircraft, which is the captain office, cockpit. So let's go in. Good morning. Congratulations and welcome home. These are two of my very, very experienced captains. Paul Stalītis on the left of us, and on the right of us, Gerhard Ramke.
Good morning.
Good.
Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, yeah. How was the flight? Just briefly, yeah.
Oh, it was perfect. Just went very smooth. Really had an excellent flight. We had a little bit of some bumpiness in between, but otherwise it was just really fine. Not too much traffic. We had a beautiful sunrise this morning. It was just a good flight. Yeah.
How long was the flight?
Well, we flew 7 hours and 15 minutes now, and so that was actually exactly what was predicted.
Do you feel tired after so long flying time?
Well, let's say it like that. As it went through the entire night, of course, you've got the one or other phase where you think, okay, this could be enough now for today. Yeah, you're constantly on a certain level of alertness. So in general, no, not really.
A few words about your office where we are right now, the cockpit. The first view, what I can see, I cannot see where's the wheel. So the most important question, I think, for everybody about the wheel of this aircraft.
Yeah, what to tell you there, modern aircraft don't have any wheels anymore. So in that sense, we don't want to have anything which obstructs here our view onto these nice screens. We've got a fantastic presentation of our data and our flight instruments, our maps. So with that, we do not really want to have a big steering wheel here, which doesn't really belong to a modern aircraft anymore. So with that, it's been replaced by a so-called side stick. So you see the side stick here. So on each side, we've got a side stick with which we steer the aircraft.
So sorry for disturbing, so it's not joystick, it's side stick, right?
It delivers a lot of joy in certain phases of flight where you can leave the automation away and can just hand fly the aircraft. So you could call it a joystick, but professionally it would be just a side stick.
Can you open the secret why usually there are two pilots in the cabin, not one person?
Well, first of all, it would get pretty boring in here if we would be sitting by ourselves. So that's a good reason to have company. But in general, so the reason that there are two pilots in every aircraft is, of course, that everything on a passenger aircraft has redundancy. So if one of the pilots would, fall short of his abilities, then the other one would still be there to help out. And when the workload gets very high, in busy airports where you've got frequent changes of directions or altitudes, it is very helpful that you've got two people where you can share the workload.
Well, thank you very much, guys, and I wish you the nice rest after this long flight, and welcome home once more time.
Thanks very much. Thanks for coming here.
So right now we can proceed and check it out how it looks like a cabin for the passengers. And there's our boss of the cabin, my colleague Gattis Stanga. He is the senior cabin crew. Hello, Gattis, one more time.
Hello, one more time.
How do you feel after such a long flight?
I feel very good because this flight was easy and smooth, and so we had a relaxed time. It was night time, and it's easy. No issue.
Can you introduce us and tell a bit more about this cabin? As I can see, this cabin looks really very light. I see also the windows are much bigger as usually.
Yeah.
Can you just tell us the main facts, differences of this cabin?
Yeah, this cabin is very light. As you see, there's light seats, light all overhead bins, and it's give for passengers feelings as a home, big enough space. Windows is very big, and it's at least passenger have one and a half window each passenger, so you always will see outside, and you will see more as these windows are very big. The same with overhead bins. They are also big, so you can put many bags inside.
Oh, it's really looks bigger. Yeah,
yes.
Really.
So, and if aircraft is full, there's no issue with bags. The same, if you look up, you will see a mood light. It's a special light which gives passengers some feelings as on big aircrafts.
Some emotionally good feelings, right?
Emotionally, yes, and it makes them more relaxed and enjoying more flight.
What about seating? Are the space for the legs bigger?
Yes, there's a bigger space for legs, and even middle seat is wider than L seats, so passenger who is sitting in the middle, he will not feel as squeeze between two passengers, so he will feel the same feelings as in the L seats.
Can I try and sit?
Yes.
I am 170 centimeters tall, so let's see, do I feel any difference? Really, true. There's a much bigger space for my legs. Seat is really comfortable. Yeah, I like it. So, can you show us a bit something out of the kitchen?
Yes.
How many kitchens are on board?
On board we have two kitchens, one in the front and one in the back. So now I will show you rear one, how it looks. And in the kitchens we make coffee for passengers. We warm up meals which are prepared and brought to the aircraft already before flight. And that is a space for cabin crew where they can take their own meals, their own tea, coffee, and yeah.
Okay. So let's check it out, how the kitchen looks like.
Yes. So now you can see there's a rear kitchen. These are two ovens where all meals are warmed up. They are enough for 32 meals you can put in.
So in one O you can put 32 meals.
Yes.
Great.
It's big enough for 32 meals. The same, and there's two coffee machines, and from where also we get hot water for passenger tea. And there's, as you see, there's trolleys where is loaded food, drinks for all passengers during both ways from Riga and back to Riga. It's enough space for this, so kitchens are very big, and so it's enough space for everything.
I'm always wondering how you can recognize and how do you know in which trolley is based this or that thing. Is it easy to do not forget about that?
Yet it's very easy because we have special labels. So what is on which is written what we have inside and for which way and for which passengers, economy class or for business class passengers. So it's easy to recognize.
A little about our airBaltic menu. Can you tell us briefly what kind of meals we are offering for our passengers?
For business class passengers, we are offering full service. It means they get a meal, hot meal or cold meal. It depends on the flight duration, and also free drinks, soft drinks, alcoholic drinks, and tea, coffee, of course, as usual. And yeah, and that is for free for them. For economy class passengers, we have buy on board. It means they can buy from menu card, snacks, hot meals, drinks, hot beverages, and also Sky Shop goods. Is some perfume, watches. It could be bought also by business class passengers.
Which is the most demanded meal for economy class passengers on airBaltic flights?
For economy class, from cold meals, that is a salmon sandwich, and from hot meals, that is a soup and hot chicken.
Okay. And what about drinks? Which is the most demanded drink?
Drinks, that is of course coffee. It's not surprising everybody because coffee drinks a lot of people and every day, I guess. So it's also most popular product in our aircrafts also.
Okay, great. Thank you, Gatis. I think we can move back. Yeah, Gatis, you first. One question regarding emergency exit. I have heard that kids are not allowed to take a seat next to the emergency exit. Can you show us where exactly are located the emergency exit on this specific Bombardier CS300 aircraft, and why the kids are not allowed to take a seat there?
Yes, on this aircraft we have one designated emergency exit row. That is row number 14. Because this exit, there is emergency exit, so passengers who are sitting here, they're supposed to be able to operate with this exit. And if kids is too small, so it's understandable but that he cannot or she cannot open this exit. So there should be adult and passenger enough forced to open these doors.
Okay, because
That is the reason, yeah.
because these doors are very heavy, or why?
They are not heavy, but it is hard to operate for kids. It's this passenger who is sitting here, they will be the who helps to others to evacuate from the aircraft if it's necessary. That is the reason why there is no sitting for kids.
Thank you, Gatis. Thank you for very nice story of inside in airBaltic cabin. We are moving out of the aircraft, and you will have a chance to see how it looks like our baggage compartments. Also, a few facts about the fueling for this beautiful, beautiful aircraft. So Ronald from Ground Operations is again with me, and I would like to ask him to show us the baggage compartments, how they look like. So can we, Ronald, open the secret for us?
Open them, yeah.
So, how many bags we can load in these compartments?
Yeah, so totally we have two of those cargo compartments, one in the front, one in the back, and approximately 100 bags can be loaded in each of them. So totally we can load 200 bags or 5,000 kilograms of cargo totally. So it's more than enough, and they are very spacey and.
Okay, looks good, looks impressive. About fueling, can you tell us how many tons or liters can take of fuel can take this aircraft?
So it can take approximately 22,000 liters of fuel, and fuel is pumped inside the wing and distributed between the center tank and two tanks in the wing. So actually there are fuel tanks inside the wings.
Okay. Can you show us the place where the refueling processes?
Yes. So yes, the fuel is pumped inside over there. The fuel truck comes, puts in the line in and pumps it in, and it distributes itself between the three main tanks.
Okay, and then one more question. I just saw this little, how do you say, picture on these engines. What does it mean? For what reason is it there?
So yes, it's for the safety reasons. If you don't see it, if it's blurred and white, it means that the engine is running, because sometimes they wear the headphones and they don't hear the noise. So that is for the safety reasons, yeah.
It looks like a small snail, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ronald. I see there's also one of my very, very experienced colleagues, Lauris Miķelsons. Lauris is our VP of Quality Assurance, and I like to call him like our aviation Bible. So good morning, Lauris.
Good morning.
Can you tell us briefly some general main facts about the CS300?
I think the main advantage of this aircraft, of course, is the latest and greatest design in the passenger jetliners nowadays. This is the youngest design flying today. in combination with the lightweight structure and a high bypass ratio jet engine, this delivers the best fuel economy, and also environmental impact has been reduced significantly compared to the conventional jets. So we are replacing gradually our fleet with these CS300 aircraft. Currently this is our 7th aircraft. By the year end we expect another one to arrive, and in the next 2 years we will have 20 of these flying in our network. Currently airBaltic passengers can enjoy wider and lighter cabin environment, more light, more space, more baggage room. There is also enough space for every hand baggage for every passenger. I would say this summer every fourth of airBaltic passengers is already flying on CS300, and in the next 2 years we will see more than half of passengers enjoying this advanced jetliner.
I can see that green lights are shining in your eyes, Lauris, so it's quite amazing, right, feeling?
Yeah, definitely. We see that this aircraft is delivering more than 20% fuel saving. This enables us to offer new destinations farther away from Riga, so we can actually, passengers from Riga, Latvia, flying direct or via transit, can enjoy wider network and more interesting destinations.
That's right. Thank you, Lauris.
Thank you.
I think that's it for today. That was like wrap up. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for watching our live stream, and see you on our board very soon. Goodbye.